First, let us introduce ourselves, those who are from Haiti, wherever the Haitian cause. Start introduce his name and yes, ma'am.
Sure. My name is Steve Augusta. I'm here representing the Haitian American Professional Network.
As a reporter, everybody,
Anastasie Senat, SENAT, for the Haitian American Lawyers Association of Illinois.
Chrissy Williams, here with Africa Twitter, Africa Enterprises.
Cindy Montes Newman, and I'm here on behalf of Daughters of Haiti. Collectively, we are here on behalf of the Coalition of Haitian American Organizations of the Chicago area.
Rainbow Bush has been deeply involved in Haiti over the years. There's been an intense involvement today to Haiti Reconstruction Plan. Chicago was founded by DeSable, a Haitian. First African country first free African people in the world was Haiti. When Louis overthrew Napoleon, drove France out of Haiti, which freed up the land, in part for the Haitian soldiers fought to liberate Georgia, which freed up the land for Lieutenant Purchase, Haiti. Every baseball it was made in Haiti. Here is the poorest country in the hemisphere. It should not be there any longer. And what broke the camel's back was the people on the border always treated unkindly. Found this really to America. They never sent a group of Haitians, sent Americans back to Colombia on an airplane. Send Haitians back is a policy that's deeply racist. It's racist South African policy. We reject that policy, send the Haitian back. Some Haitians left Haiti 10 years ago in the big earthquake at that time. We did adequate address that hit those who went there. TV was lured them to come to the border. 27 babies were born in the camp. The American citizens, they were sent back to Haiti as well. So the policy for Haiti only is a racist policy. It doesn't apply to other immigrants anywhere in the world. So white people have had this thing about Haiti because they fear that if other Africans followed the Haitian model, uprising on plantations across the country. So I want to thank God for Haiti. We intend to go to Haiti sometime soon. We'll have rallies in Haiti, Brooklyn, New York, and Chicago and Miami, Florida. We're going to take a delegation to Haiti fairly soon. Force America to deal with Haiti in a respectful way. Lawyers Association.
Thank you, Reverend Jackson, for your continued leadership and support. Your loyal support of the Haitian people remains an amazing thing to witness firsthand. While we see waves of Haitians now in the country, we must stay vigilant in the following: halting deportations, preserving the human rights of the Haitian migrants, and working to establish a more equitable immigration system. Congressional elected officials must appropriate the necessary funds to rebuild Haiti, to fund a Marshall Plan for Haiti as well.
Thank you, Reverend Jackson, for allowing us to be here today and for using your influence in order to get the message out. Haiti is a country of people who have gone through a lot of struggles and tribulations, as you articulated earlier. But we need your services and your support now. Some of the things that we need is advocacy. We need the citizens of the United States in order to advocate for the rights of not only the Haitian immigrants and migrants that are in the United States, but all Black migrants, all Black immigrants. We need your voice in order to be lifted, in order to be heard with Congress and specifically the House and Senate to change laws. Second, we need to start educating people. As Reverend Jackson has just done, he's educated you. Why is Haiti considered the poorest country in the world? Well, because internationally, the racist policies that existed and were formed to keep us down. But this needs to change. So we need to change the mindset of the international community, and we need to educate them in order to change their mind. And finally, what we need is donations. Donations for food, shelter, housing, clothing, a variety of different things. And I believe that Rainbow Push will be the one leading it as the distribution center in order to conduct the intake as well as redistribution of those items in Illinois. So we need your support as far as that is concerned. And if you are interested in supporting us, that's how you can help us, because Haitians are humans. Haitians deserve dignity. They deserve the respect that everyone in the world deserves when they're human beings. Thank you.
Since in closing, we're asking for congressional hearings. We're going to contact Congressional Black Caucus. We've done that. On the Senate side, we'll hearings, Duckworth and Kabuki, we'll have hearings. People might know what's at stake in Haitian. A resourceful country, not just Haiti is abandoned, but it's wealth abandoned in Haiti. Haiti is a strong island. And Dominican Republic and Haiti is the same island. Question, you want to say something?
I was just going to say something very brief, and that is that my parents were born in Haiti and migrated here. And as a young child, I remember going to Haiti and seeing a beautiful island. And today, the state has changed completely. I just came back from assisting right after the earthquake, and conditions are pretty bad. It's a beautiful island. It's a beautiful island, have beautiful assets and resources, but it's unfortunate that the world community continues to ostracize Haiti for liberating Africans throughout the world. Thank you.
I want to ask members of the press if you have any questions about Haiti. We're pushing a delegation to Haiti fairly soon, led by last spoken Jonathan Jackson. We're going to send delegations to Haiti and challenge this government to respond to Haiti in a humane, equitable way. Questions?
Steve, you've been there. I have a question to Steve.
Yes.
You've been there and you said conditions are bad. Can you describe what you saw?
What I saw was, as I stated, a change. There's an area called Cafu in Haiti, and it tore and ripped my heart to see how the conditions were so bad that I thought I was in another world. But that was just because of the lack of resources, and the current state is because things have fallen so far and so bad. The area that we went to assist in Lekai, there was a lot of rubbles, but we noticed that the people were there assisting each other, rebuilding, and we were there to assist them in that effort. We are strong people, and we always fight back, but the conditions are very, very difficult, and that's what I have to share right now.
Haiti, let me say this, $159 million budget over 10 years. Afghanistan, $2 trillion. We owe Afghanistan nothing. We owe Haiti everything. Haiti to free America, and liberate Georgia, trigger the losing the purchase. Haiti is a big investor in our country already. DuSable, founder of Chicago, DuSable, Haitian. So we were going to deal with those facts and set the record straight. And we'll march at some point on the UN to demand Haiti be seen a nation that deserves human rights respected. When Aristide went back to Haiti after Cedros was driven out, he was stormed on Cuba in 2 years. America had nothing to say about the Haitian coup. Like when Doe overthrew Reverend Talbot in Liberia, a democracy. Every Firestone town on your car comes from Liberia. Reagan gave the coup leader a White House dinner. It's classic racist policy to Haiti. We're not going to have it any longer. Thank you very much. Thank you, friends.